Hey guys, Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy. CTOA, we're on the urban trail, the 416. It's a beautiful day today. Sun's out. It's not humid. It's clear, dry, and it's a beautiful day. That said, a lot of you ask me, like, why do you always have a scarf or a net on? Well, because they're full of bug dope, as is the lid. Because even though the bug season's almost over, we actually still get a lot of mosquitoes and things like that down here. You still have to worry about ticks, and so that's why I have those things on me. The last video I said I'm waiting for my Swiss Army farmer to come in, and it came in. And again, it's a beautiful knife. Has a saw on it, all your scissors, your bottle opener with a flat head, and which can double as a Phillips. You've got your bottle opener on the other side. There is a wire cutter in there, stripper rather, and of course you've got the saw. What I did say is that the blade thickness is heavier than most Swiss Armies, but that appears to have been in years gone by, because this is about the same as, well, it is the same as any other Swiss Army, and the farmer used to have more of a sort of pronounced tip on it, and obviously they're not doing that anymore. I still don't think there's I don't work for Swiss Army, but I don't think there's a better knife you can purchase that's going to last you a long time. And again, I'll be handing these down to my kids, and they're so elegant, and again, an office carry. Nobody's going to go into a panic if you pull that out, and it complements your rings and watch and things like that. So I think they're again, they're an elegant knife, and with the A-lock scales. Blue Jay is not happy with me right now. So we'll have to listen to that. The other thing that you should probably carry is a lighter, and again, an office carry. I carry the old school Zippo that doesn't have any engraving on it. It's just a nice knife lighter that complements your knife and other things that you might carry in an office setting or in a suit and tie. I don't smoke, but I carry a lighter because it's a good way for those that do smoke to break the ice and start a conversation. So that's primarily why I carry it. Of course, in bushcraft, I carry it for another reason, but not a bad idea to carry that. So I started thinking, and again, a lot of you asked me questions. It's like I talked about goofy stuff the last time, and you see a lot of these, like a mini, Sucret can, Altoid can, survival kits. I think they're more of a hobby than anything else. Like, it's something to do, organize stuff and have some fun. So I'm going to run through this one that I have. I don't carry it all the time. Like you say, for me it's more of an exercise than a necessity. And some of the things that a lot of them contain they're on the goofy side of things. So let's go through it. I put a Ziploc bag on the outside because it takes up room on the inside, but if I needed to get some water or put it around a leaf and get water through transpiration, I can do that. I have a lot of duct tape on the back because duct tape does everything, and it's a fire extender. Of course, I have it wrapped closed with electrical tape. which also will assist you in things. What you can do with your duct tape, if you have a poncho, on the inside of your poncho, you can put like strips like 4 feet long of your duct tape in there, so you have it with you all the time. Doesn't weigh anything, but it's a way of, having the availability of tape should you need it. So in this little Altoids can, I've got one of these little flashlights. Again, like Dollar General, dollar store type of thing. I have a button compass, and a button compass is pretty much garbage, okay? It's a goofy thing. When you get a compass, it's called nailing a compass. So you take a nail, right, that's magnetic, and you put it near a compass, and you can see the north indicator start to turn. If it doesn't turn back, it means the compass is junk, okay? And a lot of these button compasses are junk, and for a couple dollars more, you can get a compass with a base plate on it, so you can actually shoot a bearing and you can do some navigation with it. I always carry a compass with me, especially when I'm traveling, because as good as Google Maps is, it usually will say something like head north. Well, if I'm in a different part of the world, a lot of times that's not so easy to determine. So I have a compass, and that helps me a great deal. But a button compass, you can't really do a whole lot with it. If it's working, it'll give you a general north-south line, but you cannot really navigate with it. And I quite frankly, I think they're a bit of a false sense of security, and I wouldn't bet my life on one. So, and in that said, I don't know how somebody got to a place, okay, like they knew where they were going, right? And then they got there. So how would you not know where you are or which direction you're going? And I'm not getting that, okay? When it's different when you travel, because you're in a totally different environment. You might be in the southern hemisphere. It's totally different, right? So I'm not. They're goofy. So that's how I feel about it. But like I said, if you want to pack things in the Altoid can, you can. The other thing I have in the can is a magnifier. Okay, so I can use that as a fire starter, or to look at ticks, or help with my hygiene and self-aid. Gotta have a safety pin. So much you can do with a safety pin. These magnesium blocks with the ferrocerium rod on the top, everybody beats them up, but for it being compact, it does the job. And like you say, it just seems to be a thing that people beat up. They're really inexpensive, and they work. So, fits in the can. I have a small multi-tool in here. This is a Gerber, all right? So it has, again, forgive me, my nails are so weak. It has a blade. It has like a nail file on it. It has a small Phillips and a small flathead screwdriver on it. So not a bad little tool, right, that fits in your Altoid can. I carry a little tiny bit of a glue stick with me, because you can do so many things with that. So I have that. I have some wire for Yeah, you can make a snare with it. How realistic is that with this gauge of wire? Not so sure, but you know, you can use wire for so many things. So I have that in there. I've got a small pair from a Swiss Army card of scissors, so I've got that. I have an alcohol wipe, and like I said, you know, a lot of the things are boo-boos, and I believe that Band-Aids are more of a psychological thing than anything else. I'll use tape every time for small abrasions and cuts and things like that. But I do have a couple of Band-Aids with me. And probably finally, I've got an ASA tablet. And I have the tweezers and the toothpick out of one of my many Swiss Army knives. And I have a razor in there. Of course, on the bottom, if you take the tape off, you can shine that up so you can signal with it. But this is, you know, that's the can. How realistic is it? I'm not quite sure. Certainly, psychologically, it helps you feel a little bit better about your position and gives you a little bit of confidence that way. You're always better to have things than need things. But I guess what I'm saying is when you make one of these little kits, that what you're putting in it actually makes sense, you know, and it will actually help you, you know, in whatever adventure you get wrapped up in. Probably the last thing I'll close with is, now I'm not, you know, I've talked a lot about when I travel and that type of thing, right? And you know, what kind of bags you carry. I mean, I'm not talking about gray man, but what I am saying, you know, again, I did a whole video on bug out bag, inch bag. Again, I think they're kind of goofy, but here's the thing, right? If you're trying to just kind of move through the world, you actually, this is the bag I carry almost all the time. And it's an old canvas bag. It's just one big pouch. There's a drawstring on it to close the top. There's a couple pockets in front where I can carry my first aid and probably my poncho because I can get that right away. And the rest of it just goes in here, my water bottle, everything else. And you know what? If I need to figure out what I'm, you know, trying to dig through it, I just dump it out and get what I want and put it all back in. But it doesn't look, you know what I mean? You're not that guy if you have this on. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the Molly Pals backpacks with all, you know, you're putting this on it, putting that on it, it starts getting bigger and bigger all the time. You can't turn around. You forget where everything is. You got to go through a little button, you know, and I'm over it. Right, so I have this in my vehicle all the time. I go shopping, what have you. That's my bag, and again, you can get these for $20, right? This is probably 15 years, 16 years old. It'll last you a lifetime. So really, that's all I have for today. I'm going to try my hardest to get to Algonquin next Monday, Tuesday, and do our series from there. And I thank you all the time for watching. I'm going to ask you to subscribe and notification or something else I'm supposed to ask you about, but I'm not too good at that. So I thank you for watching all the time. It's Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy. Come here. Come. There he is. CTOA Urban Trail, and I'm out.